All right, so heat number 6 is on the track. We've got Anna Bokias, Patrick Grundel, Elena Pierce, Maeve Going, Mabel George, Abby Mesfin, Kylie DeFusco, Alexandra Bird, Clark Goranson, Annie Moniz, Peyton Van Diest, Alana Williams, Ali Horner, and Marley Klein. So here we go, 300 meters in to this 6th section of the Championship Girls Mile. And we are around 72 seconds through the opening quarter. Maeve Going from Hempstead, New York, leading the way. Mabel George from Kentucky right behind her. And then it's Annie Moniz from Pennsylvania in 3rd. Peyton Van Diest from Spearfish, South Dakota, moving well. She's up in 4th place, running hip number 12. They see Going in front in the teal and black. Clark Goranson was trying to move up on the outside. So Maeve Going is going to lead this field through halfway. And this is faster than the heats that preceded it. We are around 2:22.5 through 880 yards. That's 4:45 pace. So that's considerably faster than the heats we've seen so far. Marley Klein has moved up into 4th place. Elena Pierce is in 3rd. And it's George in 2nd and Going still in front. So Maeve Going stubbornly maintained the lead. A lot of people have challenged for it. But she's like, no, I'm going to dictate this race. I'm in control here. And she's looked very composed so far. Has about 500 meters remaining now. So Going has a personal best of 4:52. Looks like she's going to be under that if she can keep this rolling. Mabel George challenging to her outside. So there are 3:37 at the bell. Mabel George tried to make the pass, but once again, Maeve Going was having none of it, holding the rail. But now creeping up into 3rd place. It looks like Elena Pierce. No, it's Anna Bokias. Anna Bokias from Delaware has moved into 3rd. She's on, or right on the slipstream of the top 2. And now Mabel George moves into 1st place for the first time. She was content to stick behind Maeve Going for much of the race, but now George has struck for home. But has she gone too early? Because Maeve Going is coming back at her, and Anna Bokias is right there too. Could be any 3 of these. Anna Bokias, I think, has the biggest gear coming down the home stretch. Here comes Anna Bokias from Delaware with that wide, awkward arm carriage, but she's got long legs and she's using them to good effect here. And Anna Bokias is going to take the win. A 70.8 close brings her home at 4:49.5. And Alana Williams came through with a big kick, 68-1 for her close. To come home in 450.03. Maeve going 450.47. But there you see Anna Bocchius, your Section 6 winner, clocking a very fine time, 4:49.51. Here you see early on, it was Maeve Going who did all the spade work, keeping this thing honest. And then Anna Bocchius just with a really, really well-timed kick. And then right behind her, Alana Williams had a blazing last 200 meters to come through for second. She clocked 68-1 on the close. But Anna Bocchius is your Section 6 winner as we get set now for heat number 7 on the track next. So we've got a few scratches, so we're down to 13 runners in this 7th section. Sophia Shalogi, Caitlin Carr, Jaslyn Garmer, Ayla Curtis, Carly Lamotte, Tessa Walter, Ava Lindsay, Haley Kavanagh, Bailey Espinoza, Amaya Paradwaj, Casey Dingman, Callista Garmer, and Milia Kopchenko. So in this one, we've got our 5,000 meter champion, Callista Garmer. She ran 16:18.14, a new meet record on Thursday night for the win. And then her sister, Jaslyn, who's also in this heat, ran an incredible race too. She was 5th in 16:31.22. So we already have a national champion in this heat. And Callista Garmer. And these two, they're better 3,200 and cross-country runners, but they're both great milers in their own right. And they'll be looking to go around 445, 448 range in this one. So Callista Garmer has moved into the front. It was a 72 opening split, courtesy of Milia Kopchenko. But Callista Garmer has now moved into the lead. So there you see Garmer on the rail in the blue New Balance uniform. So right up there also is Kopchenko, Bailey Espinoza from Pennsylvania, Amaya Baradwaj, all the way from Palo Alto, California. Ava Lindsay, just a sophomore from Greer, South Carolina, but a pretty tightly bunched field. This is somewhat surprising given the fast tempo, because they're going to come through here. Well, they slowed down a little bit. That was about a 2:26, 2:27 second lap, so the pace has lagged. That was a 74.4 after a pretty swift opening lap. So it's Casey Dingman from North Carolina, the junior, that's moved into the lead. Sophia Shalogi from Ohio is right up there, as is Tessa Walter from Colorado Springs. Amaya Baradwaj from Palo Alto is moving into second place now. She's wearing the bright yellow top and the black shorts. But it's Casey Dingman that has committed early here. I think she sensed that that second lap was slow, and wanted to do something about it. She did not come here to run 5 flat. Casey Dingman getting after it. This is a big third lap by her. That's about a 71, I think. 70.5, in fact. Actually, I misidentified her. It's Shaloji that is in front, not Dingman. Shaloji leading. Bharadwaj in second. And then Haley Kavanagh in third. It's Shaloji, the junior from Athens, Ohio, that struck out hard. And she's got a pretty good lead going into the last 150. But here comes Bharadwaj and Kavanagh. Kavanagh looking good with a little over 100 meters left. Kavanagh pumping her arms, swings wide. Slingshot is engaged, and Bharadwaj, the junior from California, moves into the lead down the home stretch. And for Bharadwaj, it's been a really, really well-timed kick. And is she going to get under 450? Yes, she is. 449.49. And Amaya Bharadwaj gets the win with a 69.5 close. Rolling down the home stretch with a 68.1 was Milia Kupchenko, who led the first lap, then fell back a little bit, and then got some kind of second wind over that last 200 meters. So she moved up from 7th all the way to 2nd. But they see Amaya Bharadwaj, the winner of Section 7. So they see Shaloji, who was the first to really play her cards. And she just got overhauled in the last 100 meters. Bharadwaj timed her kick absolutely perfectly. And there you see the big close by Williams. Ran 68.1. Sorry, Kupchenko ran 68.1. All right, so 2 more heats. We're getting faster as we go. 449.49. This is now the time to beat, set by Amaya Bharadwaj. And in this penultimate heat, we've got Hannah Schaefer, Victoria Garces, Chase Gilbert, Zaria Hall, Lauren McMullough, Mia Surwa, Caroline Barton, Lily Bashirs, Caitlin Estep, Maggie McCormick, Emily Reed, Danielle Graham, Abby Faith Cheeseman, Kate Losha, and Kinga Tchaikovska. That's Abby Faith Cheeseman. She was a 5,000 meter indoor champion in 2024. Also in this race is the 5,000 meter indoor champion from 2025. That's Caroline Barton from Asheville, North Carolina. She wears hip number 7. Abby Faith Cheeseman from Bell Buckle, Tennessee. She attends the Webb School. She'll be attending University of Virginia in the fall, as did her father Ken. So Cheeseman ran the 5,000 meters on Thursday night, and then she came back and she paced the 2 miles last night. She's looking better tonight than she did the last 2 nights. 70.9 for 409 meters. So we are about 69 high through the quarter. So Abby Faith Cheeseman still leading. Her personal best in the mile, 4:45. That was set at New Balance Nationals indoors in March. She's had an up and down season. She has gone 4:46 this year in the mile and 10:04 for 3,200. But now we have a new leader, and that's Zaria Hall from New York, who's moved into the lead. We are at 2:21.9 through 880 yards. So we're running right around 4:44, 4:45 pace. Zaria Hall, Maggie McCormick, Abby Faith Cheeseman still right there in 3rd place. So 600 meters to go now. Zaria Hall from East Meadow, New York. She's got a personal best of 4:51.52 for the full mile. That was set here at Penn Relays, but she's gone 4:23 for 1,500 meters, which is definitely a superior performance. So she leads the way right now, and Abby Faith Cheeseman is right off her shoulder. And this is really winding up. We are 3:35, 3:36 at the bell. And still Zaria Hall leading the way. She's got a personal best of 4:51. She's looking to shatter that tonight if she can keep this rolling. And she still leads with 300 meters remaining now. And it's still Zaria Hall leading. Lily Bashirs, the much improved runner from Arkansas, has moved up into third place. Zaria Hall still leading off the turn. And the junior from New York leading into the home stretch. Maggie McCormick challenging her on the outside. Can Zaria Hall hold on for the win? Zaria Hall, she's got 2:07 800 meter speed, and she's used it effectively here. And 4:44.42. She takes 7 seconds off her personal best with a 68.8 close. It's a big personal best also for Maggie McCormick from Bayshore, New York in second. But there you see Section 8 winner Zaria Hall, and that was hard work, and she deserves a well-earned sit down on the infield here at Franklin Field. So here you see Zaria Hall holding off the challenge of Maggie McCormick down the home stretch. It looked like McCormick was going to make the pass, but Zaria Hall just had an extra gear to shift into down the home stretch, and she looked fantastic winning that section. All right, folks, so we are getting ready for our 9th and final heat. This is the fastest heat of the night. So we'll have 14 runners, actually 13 runners, slugging it out, and we're going to be kicking it off with Sophia McInnes, who wears hip number 1. She was 8th last year in 4:45.59. She's from Bayport, New York. From Chicago, the Illinois state champion with a 4:44 personal best, Annika Swan, will wear hip number 2. From Washington, Virginia, she's gone 4:44 this year. She was 7th at New Balance indoors in the 5K, Abigail Anstead. From Union Catholic High School in Scotch Plains, New Jersey, Sophia Thompson will wear hip number 4, just a sophomore. She's gone 4:43 this year. Hip number 5, much better at the 3,200 meters and 5,000 meters. Mallory Weller, she was a surprise indoor national champion winner from Fort Wayne, Indiana. Mason Fletcher from West Virginia, just a freshman, ran 4:42 2 weeks ago in Nashville. Look for her. She is improving very fast this season. Hip number 7 is your defending champion at the mile indoors from March, Brooke Strauss from Glastonbury, Connecticut. Wearing hip number 9 from La Jolla, California is Kiara Daly. She went 4:39 earlier this month, and she looks confident, doesn't she? Hip number 10 off a 4:38.45 mile 2 weeks ago from Nolensville, Tennessee, just outside of Nashville, and a future Gator, Claire Stiegel. Hip number 11 from Westford, Massachusetts, 9th last year, is Abigail Hennessy. Hip number 12, the winner of the 2 mile last night, and a new meet record of 9:54, 3rd indoors at this event at New Balance Nationals, Hannah Thompson. Paige Shepard, the dark horse here, 2:01 800 meters 2 weeks ago. If this pace lags, she will be dangerous. Just a sophomore. And wearing hip number 14, the defending champion and meet record holder. Second fastest miler of all time outdoors at 4:28.46 from Ventura, California, Sadie Engelhardt. So this is a really interesting matchup because we've got some first-class 800-meter runners. Namely, you've got Paige Shepard, who's fresh off a 2:01 a couple of weeks ago in Seattle, going up against some seasoned 2-mile runners like Hannah Thompson, who's your 2-mile champion from last night, and then Sadie Engelhardt, who's more of a miler specialist. So Sadie Engelhardt is the defending champion, setting the meet record last year of 4:37.04. So she's the one really with the target on her back. And she's going to want this pace to be an honest one. Otherwise, Paige Shepard with 2:01 800-meter speed could be deadly. So here we go. We got 13 runners ready to slug it out. 4 laps around the track here at Franklin Field. We did have 15. Chloe Heiler was a late scratch. She's not been feeling well this week. The Lake Oswego, Oregon senior. But your early leader is Sophia McInnes from Bayport, New York. She was 8th here last year in 4:45. So she knows what she's doing. Claire Stiegel is in 2nd place currently. Sadie Engelhardt in 3rd. McInnes leading the New Yorker. So Claire Stiegel on the rail in 3rd now as Sadie Engelhardt now moves into 2nd. Sadie wearing the distinctive red headband, also wearing the red uniform as opposed to the blue that most of these athletes are wearing. So we were about 69.1 through the opening 440 yards, so definitely on meet record tempo. And still McInnes leading. And it looks like Abigail Hennessy has moved into the lead ahead of Engelhardt. So it's Hennessy, Engelhardt, Stiegel are your top 3. Hannah Thompson is in 4th place now. It looks like the pace may have lagged just a little bit on this second lap because we were 69 through the first quarter. Let's see what this one is. Yeah, that was about 219, high 220. So we slowed down to about 71 there. It was 70.6. So it's Hennessy leading. Engelhardt hot on her heels, wearing the red uniform, the taller figure. And Claire Stiegel, the smaller runner, on the rail in 3rd place there. But now we have 7 runners that are broken away a little bit, and it does include Paige Shepard. I mentioned to her earlier, if this pace is not super hot, this is going to play into the hands of Paige Shepard, who has incredible closing speed. Ran a 2:01 in Seattle just 2 weeks ago, and she's right there in 6th place, just in the back of that pack, looking relaxed. This pace is very much within her wheelhouse, and if somebody wants to neutralize the kick of Paige Shepard, they're going to have to do that pretty soon here and get this thing going and make it a 500-meter kick rather than a 250 or 200-meter affair. But now Paige Shepard moving up, and I think she's taken everybody by surprise except Sadie Engelhardt, who perhaps caught her out of the corner of her eye and has covered the move. Claire Stiegel is trapped on the rail a little bit. She needs to get out of that box or hope that the pace picks up a little bit, because she's going to get crowded in here soon. And you see Claire Stiegel just can't get out of that box, and she's struggling a little bit now. And now it's Sadie Engelhardt that is moving up through the gears, but she has not shaken off Paige Shepard. Stagel is still there also. She's still on the rail. Hennessy is right there in third, but now Paige Shepard tries to get past Engelhardt. She probably should have done that before the turn. Engelhardt wisely held her off going into the turn. And now it's Sadie Engelhardt striking for home. Paige Shepard still 2 steps back. It's Engelhardt against Shepard. Hennessy running really well in third place to even stay in contact. But here comes Paige Shepard. One more launch down the home stretch. She's throwing the kitchen sink at Sadie Engelhardt. Will the kitchen sink be enough to overcome her? Yes, it will. Paige Shepard coming down the home stretch. Union Catholic sophomore is going to take the win. And it is a new meet record absolutely taken apart. 4:33.67. A 63-0 close for Paige Shepard. And that was a remarkable race. And there you see Paige Shepard. She looks somewhat in disbelief. So that is the second fastest time in the nation this year. Only Jane Hedengren, your newly minted U.S. record holder, has run faster. But you know what? That's the 5th fastest time in history outdoors by Paige Shepard. So there you see it was Hennessy who took this race by the scruff of the neck about halfway in. Engelhardt led at the bell. Stagel was trapped on the rail. And then coming off the last turn, it was Engelhardt leading Shepard. But Shepard just had the drive and determination to shift into that big gear no matter how much it hurt. And she's rewarded with the win, a meet record, a massive personal best, and the 5th fastest time in history. And there you see confirmation of the results. 4:33.67, and she's signing a t-shirt. Sadie Engelhardt 4:34.46 in second. Abigail Hennessy, a massive personal best for her, 4:34.69. Claire Stiegel gets a personal best, 4:36.89. Hannah Thompson a personal best, 4:39.24. I feel like Oprah heading out personal best. Mallory Weller got a personal best, 4:39.32. And I think Sadie Engelhardt, the only one of the top 6 not to notch a new personal best here tonight. So what a fantastic race. So I hate to say I called it, but that was always going to be the danger. Paige Shepard out kicking everybody unless the pace was pretty hot from the get-go. So we've had at least a couple of dozen meet records already here on day 3 of New Balance Nationals outdoors here at historic Hayward Field. But the next event is a brand new one for us. It's the mixed 4x400 meters championship relay. We're going to have 6 sections. So as you're probably aware, this has been a new event on the world stage, introduced at the World Championships a few years back and held at the Olympics for the first time in Paris last summer. And this is our first time having the mixed 4x4 at this meet. So in this first section, we'll have Minisink in lane 5 out of New York. Spirit of Pre from Michigan goes in 6. Lunenburg Track Club from Massachusetts is in 7. The Providence Cobras out of Rhode Island go in 8. And Top of the Hill from New Jersey go in lane 9. All right, so one thing I can guarantee is that we are going to have a new meet record in about 3 minutes. So it looks like there may be a set format to this. We weren't really briefed on the full details of whether you could do whatever order you wanted, but it does look like it's all boys in the first leg and all girls on the second leg, so not sure if that is mandatory to go boy, girl, boy, girl. But that should keep the race a little bit easier to follow, a little more even. So pretty tight right now between Providence Cobras and Lunenburg out in front. Now Spirit of Pre coming into the mix. And Spirit of Pre are leading 300 meters into this second leg. Providence Cobras and Lunenburg leading the way now. So we're on the third leg of this championship mixed 4x4. This is the first of 6 heats. It's Lunenburg leading the way right now. I think this is Cam Begley running for them, and he'll hand off to Carly Stanford. So that was a 49-9 split for Cam Begley of Lunenburg. So this is one of the cool events that I really got a little bit of pushback from a lot of hardcore track fans when this was introduced. But I think it's a really good thing to unite boys and girls high school teams in an event like this. One thing that makes track and field is somewhat unique, that the sports are much more blended than they are in traditional team sports. So Lunenburg are going to get the win here in 3:43.13. So that's the first time this meet has ever been run. So that's a new meet record. Carly Stanford clocks 60.95. So Lunenburg out of Massachusetts have the time to beat. And I believe we're going to throw it down to Olympian Kate Van Buskirk, who's down there with our mile winner, our new meet record holder, Paige Shepard.
But a new world age group record, phenomenal performance in the mile. You're more of an 800 runner, you said you love that, so how did you apply that 800 tactics today?
Yeah, I knew at the end of the race that Sadie was going to be there, and that she's got an incredible kick. You know, I ran 2:01 like 2 weeks ago, so I knew if I kind of put myself in a good position that I had a chance to kind of take her out that last 100.
I'm sorry, did we just hear that you ran 2:01 as a sophomore?
Yes.
Yes, that's all you need to know. So tomorrow you're choosing to run the DMR instead of the individual 800. Tell me what it means to be part of a team.
Yeah, I think the 8 would be fun, but coming to nationals, it's a great opportunity to send off our seniors. Last year we ran the 4x8, got a national record and a win, got to send Peyton Hollis off. And this year we're trying to break national record DMR, send off Taylor Aska. So yeah, just a great opportunity for our seniors.
A great opportunity. Let's give it up, and y'all better be here tomorrow to cheer her on in that national record attempt. Congrats.
Thank you.
Congrats again, Paige Shepard. What a fantastic run that was. The 5th fastest all time. And smashes the new meet record. So heat 2 is on the track now for the mixed 4x4. We've got Kettle Run Track Club out of Virginia, Madison from Virginia, Eldersburg from Maryland, Hall Track Club out of Connecticut, WWPS from New Jersey, Long Island Elite from New York, and Cherry Hill Track Club out of New Jersey. So it's an all East Coast affair here in heat 2. So Long Island Elite out of lane 8, leading the way right now. That's a Jada McBride with a stick for them. To her inside at WWPS, we think that's Adama Touré. So here we come around the turn. And running in lane 4, it's Madison Track Club out of Virginia. Kate Butler, oh no, that's Hall Track Club, excuse me. Hall Track Club leading the way right now. They were 148 at halfway, so that's 3:36 pace, so they should be on track to overhaul the time to beat by Lunenburg, which is 3:43. So Hall out in front. Hall Track Club from West Hartford, Connecticut, leading the way. And they are about 100 meters away from the final exchange and releasing their anchor runner, which we think is Alexandra Golder. It was a 48.15 by WWPS, West Windsor out of New Jersey, to bring them right into contention. And it's West Windsor that lead now with about 150 meters remaining. And surely West Windsor are going to overhaul the time posted by Lunenburg of 3:43 here. And West Windsor clocks 3:40.05, so that is the time to beat now. It's actually corrected to 3:40.02. So they have the fastest time. That 3:43.11 by Lunenburg is now the second fastest. So they see replay of Heat 2. Nice clean start. Clean exchanges. And the whole led into the final two legs. And you see that final exchange. But West Windsor had a 48-1-5 third split to bring them right back into contention. And then their ankle leg carried them home for the win. WWPS 340.02. There you go, top of the heap right now, with 4 heats still to come. You see a nice shot of the Philadelphia skyline. It's a beautiful evening here. The wind very light. It's about 82 degrees. Partly cloudy. It's going to be a hot one tomorrow, though. It's supposed to be up to 97 degrees tomorrow afternoon, so it's going to feel even harder down on the track. So any of you athletes that are watching this that are racing tomorrow, hydrate, hydrate, hydrate. Don't get here too early. Stay out of the sun. Stay cool. And time your warm-ups appropriately. Talk to your coaches. But please be careful in the heat tomorrow. So here we go with Heat 3. We've got Shipley, Lowell, West Centennial, Ramapo, Duxbury, K-Zoom, U32, Bucks, and Colts Neck. So down the back stretch, 200 meters in, U32 from Vermont have gone out pretty hard in lane 7, as have Colts Neck on the very outside in lane 9. Also running well in lane 6 is K-Zoom Track Club out of Kalamazoo. So K-Zoom all in black. They had a really smooth handoff, as did Lowell on the inside in lane 2. It looks like Lowell in 2 and K-Zoom in 6 leading the way right now. So coming up to the halfway mark, and it is Colts Neck leading the way. K-Zoom are in second. And Colts Neck off to a flying start on this third leg. So they were 149.6 at halfway. So that's 3:39 pace, which if they can maintain this tempo, that would put them top of the standings right now. So Colts Neck still leading the way. K-Zoom are in second. U32 hot on their heels. Looks like U32 are going to make the move into second place now, and they have Colts Neck in their sights. But Colts Neck come into the exchange with about a 12-meter advantage. West Centennial moved up nicely, and they're in third place behind Lowell now. That's Colts Neck leading. West Centennial have now moved up into second place. .200 meters left. Colts Neck from New Jersey still leading the way. West Centennial went really hard for this first 200 meters. They might have done a little bit too much too soon. Colts Neck running a much more measured effort, and Colts Neck are going to rump home the winners here. So Colts Neck are going to come home the winners, and it is going to be a pretty fast time, 3:35.86. 3:35.84, in fact. That was a 56 flat carry for Natalie O'Connor, we think. The Colts Neck go top of the heap at 3:35.84. Lowell Track Club 3:41.29. That's good for third place overall. So 3 more heats. So the time to beat now is 3:35.84. All right, so running in heat number 4, as you can see, just the changeovers here. Colts Neck coming home for the win. So they have the time to beat. But running in heat number 4. We'll have Bears Track on the inside, Sykesville Striders in 2, Lab Track Club in 3, Liberty Track Club out of New Jersey in 4, Eagles Track Club from Massachusetts in 5, Jackson Track Club from New Jersey in 6, Osborne Park out of Virginia go in 7, Natick Track Club from Massachusetts go in 8, and Peak Track Club from Maryland will be out in lane 9. So smooth handoffs, and it looks like Sykesville Striders find themselves in the lead out of lane 2. The Maryland outfit in the yellow and black leading the way down the back stretch, approaching halfway through this second leg. Coming on strong out of lane 6 is Jackson Track Club out of New Jersey, and they slide into second place. Or is that Natick? It's tough to tell in the dark with those hip numbers. It's either number 6 or number 8 that's now moved into the lead. It's Natick, hip number 8. The Natick leads. And this is Nicholas Fernandez running for them, we think. Sarah Golden will be waiting in the wings. If you've ever run the Boston Marathon, you know where Natick is. It's about 10K into the course. And Nicholas Fernandez running really strongly, and he's extended their lead. A big push into the lead for the final exchange, and it's Lab Track Club That was a fantastic leg by them, 48-20. And that was Greg Myers, I believe, who posted up that third leg. And that was impressive because he took them from fourth to first. And this is Ayla Daigneault for Lab Track Club with the lead. And Greg Myers brought his team right into contention, putting the pressure on Ayla a little bit, but she's handled it really well. And here comes Ayla Daigneault. And Lab Track Club out of Michigan, all in black. You can see the pain etched on Ayla Daigneault's face. But she is not going to let down her team. She is not going to be denied. 3:37.19 is her winning time. And she clocks 59.19 for her carry. Brings our team home for the win in section of 4. Good for second place overall. So Colts next still lead the way with that 3:35.84 clocking. But here you see a quick review of heat number 4. It was Lab Track Club out of lane 2 that led early on, and then Natick out of Massachusetts with a really strong leg by Fernandez, but then third leg by Greg Myers from Lab Track Club handed it on a platter for Ayla Daigneault, who did not let down the team and brought them down for victory in heat number 2. Sorry, in heat number 4. Heat number 5 is next. So we've got Ocean Lakes in 1, Gofar Track Club in 2, Farmington in 3, Leonardtown in 4, Southern Track Club in 5, Langley in 6, Cranford in 7, Cedar Cliff in 8, and St. Johnsbury out of Vermont in lane 9. So it's a smooth handoff, and I think that in the lead, out of lane 3, that is Farmington Track Club out of Connecticut, the white tops and the navy blue shorts. So 147.14 is the fastest 800 split we've had so far. That was Natick. This looks like it's going to be right around 149. Southern Track Club leading the way right now out of Maryland. And we think this is Carter Thompson running for them. We've got a lot of changes going on here. Well, a lot of leadership changes here on this third leg. This is really close. This is the most exciting heat we've had so far. Pretty much, we could throw a blanket over the top 7 teams. And here we go. Our anchors are sorting themselves out, eagerly awaiting the stick. Oh, and we got one runner gone down, 2 runners, 3 runners gone down. Oh my gosh, it's demolition derby time here in the next 4x4. And amid that melee, I wasn't sure who took the lead. I do know that Farmington were right up there, and I think St. Johnsbury out of Vermont really took advantage. So I think it's St. Johnsbury out of Vermont and Farmington Track Club out of Connecticut leading the way. That was an interesting exchange, to say the least. So it looks like St. Johnsbury in the lead still. But you can see how hard it is for Sydney Schoenbeck. Can she hang on for the win? Coming on strong is Go Far Track Club with Sophie Farr. And here comes Sophie for the win. Go Far Track Club out of Connecticut. Sophie Farr splits 58-21 on her anchor. St. Johnsbury Track Club have to settle for second. And there you see Sophie Farr. And hopefully we get a good replay of that last exchange, because that was something to behold. All right, here's that. Oh, here's that pile up. Absolute carnage. And it was St. Johnsbury and Go Far that took advantage of Go Far getting the win, as we get set for our 6th and final heat, our championship heat.
Ladies and gentlemen, it is race time. It is showtime. The championship makes 4x4. 4 teams coming out of the 2 Allen's Tunnel.
So we'll have all 9 lanes occupied in this fast heat, heat number 6. Running on the inside, out of New York, is Mini Sync Track Club. Running in lane 2 from Burnt Hills, New York, is Burnt Hills Track Club. Running hip number 4 from Maryland is Crofton Track Club. Love it. And lane number 5 from South Carolina is Stratford Track. Digging the hair. From Washington, D.C., that's in Albans, D.C. Cadets. Wearing hip number 7 in lane 7 from Waxhaw, North Carolina, it's the Carolina Cavaliers, Cuthbertson High School. In lane number 8 from St. John's, Florida, it's the St. John's Striders. And from Charlotte, North Carolina, it's Charlotte Country Day Track Club, wearing hip number 9 and running in lane number 9. All right, so this is going to be interesting. Mini Sync Track Club out of Slate Hill have a really strong team. They've got a couple of 48-second guys and 2 57-second girls on their team. DC Cadets have Simia Urish on their team, who has run 53.98. And the boys have ran 7:37.52 for the 4x8. Carolina Cavaliers come in with a couple of 48-second guys at their disposal. Charlotte Country Day School have 2 49-second boys and a couple of 56 and 57s. Ooh, we're turning down the lights. Things are getting spicy down here on the track for the mixed 4x4 final. We're going disco mode here at Franklin Field.
Stratford track. Village, you run a 43-second 4x1. Expect to see them get out of the blocks quickly.
So the time to beat is 3:35.84, set by Colt's Neck out of Heat 3. And that has withstood the challenge of Heats 4 and 5. That's a time that could get them on the podium yet, despite this heat being pretty loaded. So when Colt's Neck ran their 3:35, they came through 800 meters in 1:49. So let's keep an eye on the splits. We'll want to see somewhere in the region of 1:47 to 1:49 through 800 meters. So out really fast is the Carolina Cavaliers. Looks like Brendan Robbins running the opening leg for them, and he's already made up the stagger on the two teams outside him, St. John Striders and Charlotte Country Day. And it's definitely the Carolina Cavaliers leading at this point, albeit a slender one. Let's see who actually hands off first. Carolina Cavaliers, and also in lane 6, the DC Cadets. The DC Cadets leading the way right now. So it's Natasha Mosley running for the DC Cadets, and she's really opened up quite a lead, 250 meters into her leg. So let's keep it on the clock. We want to see somewhere in the region of 147 to 148 to put them in the lead overall, time-wise that is. But DC Cadets running really well here. It's been a strong leg by Mosley. And 1:34 on the clock, so we are well ahead of the pace established by the previous heats, and we believe this is Zion Omotesa running for the DC Cadets here on this leg. And he's gone out, in my mind, a little bit casually, and he's letting the rest of the pack back in it a little bit here. We'll see if he senses the danger and moves up a gear. But the pack is gathering behind him, and I don't know if he really knows just how close they are. DC Cadets in the lead. Here comes Zion. Looks like he has another gear, and he sensed the danger, and now he's flooring it to give the DC Cadets about an 11-meter advantage going into the anchors. There's a 51-2 carry by Zion. And still DC Cadets leading with 200 meters left. 3:02 with 200 meters remaining. Surely the DC Cadets are going to hold on for the win here. They've got a huge lead coming into the home stretch. It's DC Cadets, Simia Urish, Natasha Mosley, Zion Omotesa, and Chase Pankey. This is Simia Urish, and she's run a really, really strong composed leg here, and she brings her team home at 3:30. 3:30.28. That's a 54.5 carry by Simia Urish. Charlotte Country Day School came through for second in 3:34.17. And then Crofton out of Maryland came through for third, clocking 3:34.34. Burnt Hills 3:34.75. And then Colts Neck get on the podium from one of the earlier heats, 3:35.84, and then Mini Sync rounding out the top six at 3:35.99. But congratulations to the DC Cadets. There is your winning team. Records are meant to be broken. It's a new event, but it is a new meet record. They had to withstand the challenges from the previous heats, and they did so in fine style, winning by almost 4 seconds. So they see Natasha Mosley handing off to Zion Omatesa. Simia Urish takes the stick, and she ran with great confidence and composure to bring her team home, almost 4 seconds clear of Charlotte Country Day School. All hugs and smiles at Charlotte Country Day School. I'm loving this additional event. It provided a lot of excitement and I think a lot of unity among these teams. There's also quite a bit of drama with that pile-up on the last exchange in the penultimate heat. All right, so we are shifting gears right now, and we have next on the track the boys 2,000 meter steeplechase. We'll have 2 heats, the faster of which will go last. And running in this first section, we'll have Liam Davidson, Braden Jackalow, Jones Barber, Matthew Meerdink, Andrew Carlton, Preston Schmidt, Brooks Bobby, Garrett Barr, Julian Rich, Jacob Jansen, Isaac Lanzini, Giuseppe Gambino, Rafael Rameau, Jackson Free, Ryan Mayer, Daniel DeTuno, Max Schnittman, and Matthew Kraszewski. So 2,000 meter steeplechase, 5 laps around the track, or just 5 and a bit. They'll take the water jump all 5 laps. And the first barrier they'll take will be about 180 meters in. So they see the runners getting their final instructions. Temperature has dropped to about 80 degrees now, 81 degrees perhaps. Still warm, but now as the sun has gone down, it does feel a lot more pleasant than it did a couple of hours ago. Very, very light wind here in the city of brotherly love. as these young men get ready to tackle 5 laps of the track here at Franklin Field. With 24 barriers, 5 of which are wet. So early leader is Andrew Carlton from West Virginia. Oh, we've already got one runner down. He did a nice tuck and roll. Looks like he's limping a little bit. Hopefully he can shake this off. So here's their first water jump. Andrew Carlton takes it really smoothly. So we're going to get ready to take it trackside to Kate Van Buskirk, who's down there with our winning mixed 4x4 team. Over to you, Kate.
Greatness here. The DC Cadets took home top marks. What a fabulous performance. My friend, I'm going to start with you. You led things off. What does it feel like to take this team out on the first leg?
It's just a blessing. I'm really grateful for my coach, my teammates, all the hard work they've been going through this season. Not everybody's going to know what we did. We're really a family, so I'm really happy to do this with my teammates.
I saw exactly what it meant. Everyone swarmed you when you crossed the finish line. What is that feeling like, knowing that you took home top marks? You are the first ones to do it.
Like Chase said, it's really just a blessing to see all the work that we put in through the season come together, and to just put this on for our coaches, our friends, our family, everyone who came and to support us. It's just really a blessing.
So your team comes in with a lot of pedigree. Y'all are known for breaking records, taking home top marks. Tell me about putting yourselves on top of that podium.
We just train for it. We are always working at practice. We're always pushing each other, and we're always picking each other up when we don't feel bad. But besides that, it just worked, but I trusted my guys. Going into this race, I hadn't trained for like 3 weeks. I was hurt. I just looked at them. I was like, if you guys trust me enough, I'll run it with you guys. They're like, yeah, of course. So I love them for that. And yeah, thank y'all for the national champion.
All right, so they say ladies first. Case, it's ladies last, and for good reason. Ms. Urish, tell me about anchoring this team.
I just love this team. We're all seniors, so this was our last race together, and it just gave me a lot of adrenaline to finish the race. And when I heard them cheering in the crowd and knowing they're on the side cheering me on, it felt rewarding to pass the line knowing that it was a new meet record.
A quartet of seniors, and they're closing out their year in style. Congratulations to the DC Cadets, your winners of the mixed 4x400 meter relay. Give it up!
All right, thank you, Kate, and congratulations to our inaugural mixed 4x4 champs, the DC Cadets. Meanwhile, on the track, Jackson Free from Arkansas that has moved up to join Andrew Carlton and Giuseppe Gambino from West Virginia and New York, respectively. So these guys are rolling just outside 6-minute pace. 73.4 for the last lap. So we've gone 71.9, 73.6, and 74.3. And it's Matthew Meerdink from New York leading the way right now. Steeplechase is an interesting thing in high school because it's definitely an event that's regional in nature. New Yorkers tend to dominate the national rankings because it's an event offered at their state championships, as is the case with some of the other New England schools. But if you live in the South, high school steeplechasers are hard to come by, and you have to travel quite a bit to get to competitive ones. So 1 lap to go now. 4:55 on the clock. There's Matthew Meerdink from New York and Matthew Krzyzewski from Connecticut, with Jackson Free of Arkansas and Andrew Carlton of West Virginia. Those are the 4 that have gotten away a little bit now. And it's Brandon Jackalow from Manhasset, New York, that's leading with 200 meters remaining. So it's Braden Jackalow, and he's about to get overhauled. It looks like Krzyzewski, Matt Krzyzewski out of Connecticut, is going to get the win in 6:05. Braden Jackalow was second from New York. Ryan Mayer third. So Matthew Krzyzewski sets the time to beat 6:05.63. Braden Jackalow 6:05.96. Ryan Mayer 6:07.46. Good time. We'll see. Good chance we'll see those marks eclipsed in this next heat because it is pretty loaded. So just 2 heats, and we've saved the best for last. But there you see the times from section 1. Meet record is 5:43.50. That was set by Noe Kemper of Idaho last year. And we'll see if we can establish a new meet record here tonight, because this field is a strong one. And our 16 runners are ready to roll out now. So wearing hip number 1 from Arkport, New York will be Ibrahim Ford. And here he comes. Wearing hip number 2 from Peterborough, Ontario, north of the border, Parker McDonald. Wearing hip number 3 from Durham, North Carolina is Connor Terrell. From Albany, New York, and for the Sky's the Limit Track Club is Austin LaFontaine. And hip number 5 from Windsor, Ontario, another Canadian. For the Border City Athletic Club, it's Brendan Curry. From Springboro, Ohio, wearing hip number 6, it's Samuel Darmani. From Denver, Colorado, wearing hip number 7, it's Ian Larkin. From Oxford, Connecticut, wearing hip number 8 is Joseph DeLuisi. From hip number 9, from Grahamsville, New York, it's Van Furman. All the way from Afton, Wyoming, wearing hip number 10 is Jace Burton. Hip number 11 from Ardmore, Pennsylvania is Nick Mazzeo. From Oshawa, Ontario, another Canadian from the Durham Dragons Athletic Club is Nolan Bowie. Hip 13 from Lexington, Ohio is Chance Basilone. Hip number 14 from Lancaster, PA is Cole Stevens. Our 2 co-favorites are last. Actually, Adam Monaster is a late scratch, so hip number 16 is Sohaib Dissa from Newtown, Connecticut. I mean, he was second at last year's meet, and he comes back as the top returner and a very, very hot favorite. So Sohaib Dissa was second at this meet last year. He clocked 5:49.15 last year, 6 seconds behind Noe Kemper, who set the meet record that year, and that was the U.S. number 1. And Dissa comes in as a very strong favorite here. He wears hip number 16. He'll be on the outside. All right, so keep your eye on Sohaib Dissa, the Duke commit from Newtown High School in Sandy Hook, Connecticut. So he ran a 4:03.26 mile just 3 weeks ago. He's also ran an 8:51 3200. Doesn't appear to have run a steeplechase since last year's New Balance Nationals. But there he is on the inside in the blue New Balance outfit, wearing hip number 16. Van Furman is the tall figure off his right shoulder. So it's Furman from Grahamsville, New York, that has assumed command. The tallest guy in the field. And he makes light work of those hurdles, certainly lighter work than Sohaib Dissa does, who's a good 6 inches shorter. Pretty fast opening clip. We were 66 through the opening 400 meters. So these steeplechasers accompanied by Prince on the loudspeakers. It's Van Furman out in front. The long-legged New York runner, Sohaib Dissa, is in second place. And then it's Samuel Damani, who is in third. Samuel Damani was 9th at this race last year. So he's an experienced chaser. He knows what he's doing. So New York, Connecticut, and Ohio, your top 3 runners, and they've already gotten away from the rest of the field. We're 2:14 through 800 meters. So this is fast. It's a very fast opening clip. So 5:43 is the meet record. And we are right around 2:51 through halfway. That's 5:42 pace. So the meet record definitely under threat. Just for some context, the national lead is 5:58.11, set by Nick Mazzeo, who's in this race. And he did that just 2 weeks ago. Only 3 runners have broken 6 minutes so far this year. We're certainly going to add to that tally tonight, you would think. Even if it's just 1, 2, or 3 of this front group. So it's Van Furman leading the way. Sohaib Dissa tucked in behind him off his right shoulder, and then Samuel Damani running on the rail, and then quite a big gap back to the aforementioned Nicholas Mazzeo in 4th place. But now Dissa moves to the front. So we've gone 66.7, 68.1, and 70.9 for our 3 completed laps so far. And now Dissa moves into the lead. He's not the smoothest hurdler, but he's certainly very quick between the barriers. And Samuel Damani having a good run, hot on his heels, and those two have gotten away from Furman now. And Sohaib Dissa trying to drop Damani. So 4:37. So Sohaib Dissa needs a 65 high to set a new meet record.
A 65 will be the meet record, so Sohaib Dissa of Newtown, Connecticut.
So Dissa from Newtown, Connecticut, Sandy Hook High School, leading the way with 300 meters left. You can see the pain etched on his face. Damani actually looks more relaxed and composed behind him, but he needs to make a move soon if he is going to overhaul Dissa. Dissa now really pulling away. Let's see how he handles this final barrier. Not the greatest, but he's looking powerful out of the water. He takes a quick look behind, assesses the danger, and hits top gear. Sohaib Dissa is going to be your national champion, surely. Let's keep an eye on the clock. It's not going to be a new meet record, but it is going to be well under 6 minutes. And it's going to be a new U.S. #1. That's actually a new personal best and gets very close to the record. Only 0.4 of a second off the meet record. But that's the best in the country by far this season, 5:43.98. Damani 5:46.07 in second. Parker McDonald 5:51.53. Mazeo 5:52.04. Van Furman 5:52.98. And Nolan Bowie 5:53.21. So at the start of this evening, we had 3 runners under 6 minutes in the country, and now we are in double digits. And there you see Sohaib Dissa from Newtown, Connecticut, your national champion, 5:43.98. Just 0.4 of a second off the meet record. I wonder if he knew how close he was, if he could have gotten that meet record. It's a little bit harder to do the math on the splits when you're running into the steeplechase water jump insert. So Van Furman led much of the race early on with Damani and Dissa right behind him. This is where Dissa took the lead with some decisiveness. Damani tried to go with him. And there you see Dissa, he's pumped.
The bar now at 5 meters even. That is 16 feet 4 3/4 inches.
Love to see that level of excitement. All right, so we have 2 more races to close out day 3 of New Balance Nationals Outdoors here at historic Franklin Field.
Parker Owens, the freshman, has already set a world record in the 14-year-old age group. The clearance here would reset that record.
So it looks like we're going to pan over to the pole vault briefly. Let's see if we'll see a vault or two. I can tell you that Parker Owens, just a 9th grader, has set a new age group record at 490, 16 feet and 3/4 of an inch. That's 4 meters 90. But we're going to turn our attention back to the track for heat 1 of 2 of the girls 2,000 meter steeplechase. Big field in this first section. We've got 21 runners. So we'll have Teresa Albertson from New Jersey wearing hip number 1. Sophia Aldridge from New Jersey wears 2. Maggie Crossland from Tennessee wears 3. Katie McMorrow from Connecticut wears 4. Alexa Cozier from New York is 5. Katie Schmidt from New York is 6. Kyra Florio Marinello from New York is 7. Sheila Woodworth from South Carolina is 8. Phoenix Roth from New Jersey is hip number 9. Cameron Barton from Baldwinsville is 10. Sarah Wisniewski from New York is 11. Julia Dusinski from New York is 12. Sarah Williams from New York is 13. Isabella Rodriguez from New Jersey is 14. Chelsea Cornelia from New York is 15. Olivia De Cavallo from New York is 16. Devon Jackson from PA is 17. Raylan Cornell from New York is 18. Shannon Zugelda from New York is 19. Harper Allen from Ohio is 20. And Addie Green from Tennessee is hip number 21. So big field. And fortunately, it's been strung out pretty quickly by this fast opening tempo. And it looks like it is Harper Allen that's taken it out. Harper Allen from Lancaster, Ohio, out in 81 seconds for the first split, which is a long one, remember, because they start well behind the finish line. All right, so Harper Allen leads the way. In second place, it's Katie McMorrow from Connecticut. So coming up to 800 meters, Harper Allen still leading. Katie McMorrow is in second. That's Addie Green and Isabella Rodriguez. So we're going to get ready to take it down trackside to Olympian Kate Van Buskirk, who's down there with Sohaib Dissa, our champion in the boys 2,000 meter steeplechase.
All right, Sohaib, third 2 years ago, second last year. Gold is glory. What made the difference this year?
Oh, I kept on training consistently. There was ups and downs, but my coach and my family got me here, and I'm very grateful.
All right, I'm going to be a little bit biased because I am a former Duke Blue Devil, and you are headed to Duke in the fall. So how excited are you about taking all of this into your collegiate career?
I'm very excited. I know I'm going to be joining a great group with Coach German as the coach, and I'm good. I'm very happy that I'm going to be in good hands.
You threw your arms up coming across the line. Tell me again what it means to you, and especially for having your friends and family in the stands here.
It would mean so much. Like, there were so many ups and downs throughout my career in high school, and now to end it off winning the steeplechase is very, very important to me.
Let's throw it up for Sohaib Dissa, your champion at the 2,000 meter steeplechase.
All right, thank you, Kate, and congrats, Sohaib Dissa, future Duke Blue Devil, future national champion in the boys 2,000 meter steeplechase. This girls 2,000 meter steeplechase is a little over halfway through this first section. Harper Allen has led every step of the way. Isabella Rodriguez is in second, and it's Cameron Barton. But Harper Allen, the junior from Ohio, leading the way. Isabella Rodriguez from New Jersey is closing, though. And Cameron Barton from New York also running well in third place. Harper Allen looks like she's starting to struggle just a little bit now. 500 meters remaining. And let's see if she can respond to the threat once she senses it from the duo that are chasing her behind, Rodriguez and Barton. All right, so a little less than a lap to go. We got about 300 meters to go now. And it's Cameron Barden from Baldwinsville, New York, that's moved into the lead. It looks like a pretty decisive one. Isabella Rodriguez from New Jersey is in second, and Harper Allen, who led all but the last lap here, back in third place now. And Cameron Barden in the black top and orange shorts. It looks like she has pulled away decisively here. And down into the home stretch. Over the last barrier safely is Cameron Barden, the junior from Baldwinsville, New York. And she's got one more gear left. She didn't need it to secure the win, but she's chasing the clock, and she's going to get under 7 minutes. 6:57.05 is the winning time for Cameron Barton. The 79.6 close. Isabella Rodriguez just missing out on breaking the 7-minute barrier. She's 7 flat 1.6. Harper Allen comes in for third, 7:07.55. So they see the rest of the results popping up. Shannon Zugelda, 7:10.89. Katie McMorrow, 7:11.68. And Chelsea Cornelia, 7:18.90. To round out the top 6. It's a late night here in Philly, so thank you for hanging with us. We got one more race for you this evening, and that is the Championship Girls 2,000 meter steeplechase, the fast section, to determine who will be our national champion. But there you see Cameron Barton, the winner of Section 1, 6:57.05. All right, so we're going to get ready for our second and final section here for the girls 2,000 meter steeplechase. We'll have 17 runners slugging it out. A little over 5 laps of the track here at Franklin Field. And kicking it off, wearing kip number 1 from Westerville, Ohio, will be Brooke Chapman. From Worcester, Ohio, wearing kip number 2 is Caitlin Carr. From Pulaski, New York, it's Grace Carguelo. Wearing kip number 4 from Goodrich, Michigan, will be Layla Jordan. Kip number 5 from Lexington, Massachusetts, will be Jane Conrad. From Morrisonville, New York, wearing kip number 6 is Sienna Bowles. Kip number 7 from Buffalo, New York is Kylie Davis. From North Rockland High School in Teals, New York, Gabby Castro. From Madbury, New Hampshire is Mackenzie Cook. From Jamestown, New York, wearing kip number 10 is Emma Lewis. Kip number 11 from Lexington, Kentucky, Caroline Biting. Kip number 12 from Delmar, New York, is Sophia Kromchak. Kip number 13 from Grahamsville, New York, is Anna Furman. Kip number 14 from Morrisburg, Ontario, north of the border, Emma Morrow. Kip number 15 from Matthews, North Carolina, is Caitlin Caston. Kip number 16 from Wacabuck, New York, is Sloan Wasserman. And from Lakeview, New York, wearing kip number 17 is Lily Bogdan. So Lily Bogdan was the runner-up last year, clocking 6:34.96. She is a 12th grader, a senior from New York State. Caitlin Caston from Matthews, North Carolina, was 4th at this event last year. So these are the two top returners. I'm sorry, Brooke Chapman. Sorry, she was hip number 1. She was 3rd last year, clocking 6:37.31. So we've got 2nd place, 3rd place, and 4th place from last year's race. Last year's winner, Catherine Bulkey, has graduated and moved on to college. Here we go. So the meet record is 6:19.53. That is a tough mark to go after. That belongs to Angelina Napoleon, who's gone on to a very successful steepling career at NC State. The national lead is, well, for this year, let's see. This year's national lead is 6:34.34, and that's by Bogdan, who wears hip number 17, and she ran that at the New York State meet just last weekend. So she's definitely the favorite on paper. Sloan Wasserman is around 6:46. She's currently ranked number 6 in the nation this year. Caitlin Caston ranks number 8. So pretty swift opening lap. Right around 72. That's 6 flat pace. That is very, very fast opening clip. So Brooke Chapman leading the way. So Brooke Chapman, last year's 3rd placer, leading the way. Caitlin Caston is off her right shoulder, and then kind of just between them you can see in the blue top and the pink shorts, that's Lily Bogdan, who was 3rd last year. Sorry, who was 2nd last year, clocking 6:34. So about to take the second barrier. Brooke Chapman takes the barrier smoothly, stays in front. Brooke Chapman from Westerville, Ohio. Finished 3rd last year as a sophomore. Now a year older, a year more experienced, and a year more confident. Confident enough to take this race by the scruff of the neck and lead at the national championships. So that was an 81.5 second lap. So Chapman, Caston, and Bogdan, 3 of the protagonists we expected to contest for the win here. So we are about halfway at 3:17, 3:18. So we're not going to see a meet record, but we will very likely see a new U.S. lead if we can maintain this tempo. That U.S. lead belongs to Lily Bogdan at 6:34.34. Brooke Chapman ran 6:37.31 to place 3rd last year. That's her personal best. To my knowledge, she has not run a steeplechase this year. So 2 laps to go, and it's Chapman, Kasten, and Bogdan. These 3 well away from the rest of the field now. That was another 81-second lap. So we've got the 2nd place, 3rd place, and 4th place from last year's race. Our 3 top returners all together with 600 meters remaining now. Chapman and Bogdan just getting a half step or so on Kasten in 3rd place. Chapman really smooth over those barriers. You only got 1 foot wet there. And it's Chapman and Bogdan now separating themselves from Kasten, who's back there in 3rd place wearing the yellow top. So it's last year's runner-up against last year's 3rd placer, slugging it out with just over 400 meters remaining. They're going to hear the bell now. Chapman leads. Bogdan looking to make the pass. Chapman holds her off. Throws in another little surge. She's going to make her run wide. Bogdan once again tries to get around the long way. Should be wise to wait until after this hurdle. Now Bogdan makes her move. But it's not really a decisive one. Now Bogdan goes in the front, but I think she thinks she's shaken off Chapman, and she has not. Chapman is right there still, and Chapman has been the smoother water jumper so far, but Bogdan now really making a big push. Let's see how she handles this last water jump, and she takes it really, really cleanly. In fact, more cleanly than Chapman does. And now Bogdan running away with this, and Lily Bogdan moving into hyperdrive over the last barrier smoothly. And Lily Bogdan, 2nd last year. She's going to go 1 better this year. She is going to be your national champion. Lily Bogdan, the senior from New York, takes the win. 6:32.78. It's a new personal best, and it is a new U.S. number 1. She already had the number 1 mark in the country at 6:34.34, but she improves it by 1 3/4 seconds, clocking 6:32.78. For Brooke Chapman, it's a new personal best, 6:36.96 in 2nd. Mackenzie Cook was 3rd, 6:44.28. Caitlin Kasten came through for 4th, clocking 6:44.50. And then it was Sophia Kromchak, 6:50.27, and Anna Furman, who led early on, clocking 6:52.89 to round out the All-America podium. But there you see Lily Bogdan, all smiles, because she is your national champion for 2025. And Lily Chapman ran a really, really well composed race there. There you see the start, a bit crowded. It got strung out pretty fast after that pretty swift opening lap. Brooke Chapman did a lot of the spade work early on to get this thing going. And she led until pretty late into the race. And this, I believe, is with about 500 meters to go, and it's Chapman and Bogdan. They just got away from Kasten. And then Bogdan made several moves to get around Chapman on the last lap and was finally successful with about 200 meters to go, making a big, big push, and was much smoother over the final water jump than her rival. And there she is crossing the line. So there you see confirmation of the results. 6:32.78, the winning time for Lily Bogdan. Brooke Chapman, 6:36.96. Mackenzie Cook, 6:44.28.
And 3/4 of an inch on his first attempt that ties the meet record.
So that rounds out our track action here on day 3 of New Balance Nationals here at historic Franklin Field. But before we leave you, we are going to throw it down for an interview with our girls 2,000 meter steeplechase champion. There you get a wide shot of the event that is still going on. That is the pole vault. It's been another long day of track and field action here. Thank you for watching. Thank you to all the staff and volunteers that have made this event possible. 7,000 athletes here. This is a massive undertaking. And for those that are working the pole vault, they are nowhere near done yet. We still have 2 vaulters left in the competition. The bar is at 5'10", that's 16 feet 8 3/4 inches. So the meet record is actually 5'10". So Garrett Gunter from Sydney, Ohio, cleared that at the first time of asking to tie the meet record. The bar is slated to go up to 5'20" after this. Luke Beattie is the other vaulter still left in the competition. He's taken 1 vault. But before we go back to that, we're going to talk to Kate Van Buskirk and Lily Bogdan, our steeplechase champion for 2025.
Well, it's not a new lifetime best, but it is a phenomenal performance. And Lily, your first time winning New Balance Nationals. Tell me about it.
Oh, it feels really good. I'm super excited to be out here today.
You've had a lot of travel lately, and this is a fantastic way to close out your high school career. You're headed to Georgetown. So what are you going to bring with you into that collegiate experience?
Just having fun, having the team experience. I'm just super excited for that.
Well, as you should be. I know your family is here, so can we give a shout out to Lily's family in the stands? A small but mighty crew here. Congratulations, Lily, on your first New Balance National title, and best of luck next year.
Thank you.
Thank you, Kate, and congratulations, Lily Bogdan, your 2,000 meter steeplechase champion here at New Balance Nationals Outdoors for 2025. So our track action is done, and we'll be back bright and early tomorrow morning. Our first event on the track tomorrow is the 4x110 meter shuttle hurdles relay at 8:30. This has been Dave Milner, and along with Serenity Douglas and Kate Van Buskirk, we've been your live stream here on site here at Franklin Field. It's been an honor to entertain you here today, and we'll look forward to seeing you all tomorrow.
Helping us keep this event on schedule. And all the athletes there.